Bueno, gente, bienvenidos a otra ocasión, a otro gameplay de Super Seducer. Vamos a continuar donde habíamos quedado. Que sería Mujer sentada en cafetería. Ahí. Empezar. A ver, el abridor. Pregunta si alguien está usando esa silla y después siéntate con él. Impertinentemente. Voy a elegir la B.
Hi. Hey,
Hi.
how's it going?
Good.
Cool. What are you reading there?
Kafka.
Kafka. This philosophy, right?
There is some philosophy in it. Yeah.
Nice. I always hear Kafka-esque.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I'm not even really sure. I think it has to do with philosophy.
That's cool. Interesting. Anyway, nice choice of book.
Thank you.
My name's Richard, by the way.
Brenna?
Nice to meet you.
This is not great, not so engaging, and you're kind of looming over her.
Ok. Pero funciona. Dale.
So do you mind if I join you for a few minutes?
Go ahead.
Cool. So I'm Richard, by the way.
I'm Brenna.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
It's very important to sit down when you're talking to someone that is sitting down. Otherwise, you're just standing there, looming over them, looking weird. So well done for choosing that. It's the right option.
Dijo el otro. Vamos a acercarnos a ellos.
And you normally read philosophy?
No. I mean, I think, well, in every book there's a little philosophy. I'm not a huge Kafka fan. I was just in Prague recently.
He's from Czech Republic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's where his house is.
I didn't know, actually.
Yeah. Cool. Well, if you go, they'll talk about Kafka. So.
Nice. And what else do you like to read? Do you like
I generally read
fiction, non-fiction?
fiction and like 20th century American lit.
Okay. Who's that, Mark Twain or something?
Like Salinger, or maybe I just recently read a novella called A Day No Pigs Would Die. It's really
A Day
nice.
No Pigs Would Die.
Yeah.
That's like when everyone's vegetarian or Muslim.
Well, I won't spoil it, but you're on the right track.
Oh yeah, nice one.
Yeah. What do you
Cool.
read?
I read a lot of different stuff. So I like business, biography, psychology, philosophy too, and I like old English classics and Russian classics.
Russian classics, such as.
Tolstoy, Dostoevsky,
You
all,
like
all the
Tolstoy?
usual stuff. Yeah, I think he's a great writer. And obviously in translation maybe it's different, but
Yeah.
it's still very cool.
What about Bulgakov?
Yeah, Master Margarita
Yeah,
and
like
stuff.
Bulgakov.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. I like Russian lit.
Nice one. That's good. We have something in common already.
Yeah, I guess so we do.
Correct. It's important to always focus the conversation on the girl as much as possible, because then it's just going to be more interesting for her.
So how are you able to be free in the middle of the morning on a Thursday?
Well, I do have a job, but it's kind of from the laptop, from home, or from anywhere. But it's like internet stuff, and with America, so in Europe, I need to wait until they wake up and whatever. So
Right.
I'm kind of free, and
Yeah.
then can be working at home, lying in bed, lying on the balcony, generally lying down, working.
That's
So
nice.
that's cool. And how about you? How come you're not at work?
Well, I work at the university, so I have kind of an unusual schedule. I have some free time during the day, and I work in the evenings.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sí.
So you teach at the university? That's interesting.
Yeah.
And tell me, do you actually like what you do, or you do it just for money?
No, I really do like what I do.
Great. You feel like you're making a difference in people's lives and all of this?
Yeah, I actually do. I feel like what I do is important, and that the information I convey will be valuable to these people and to my students.
That could be true, because I still remember my teachers from primary school and in secondary school. I don't know if you're the same, but did you like the subjects most where the teachers were good? And then later maybe you weren't even interested in that subject. So a good teacher can just change the whole course of someone's life.
Absolutely. And like looking back and thinking, what years of school are your favorite? It's like, well, whatever year you had the good teachers, because what you learn is kind of irrelevant.
And you're a good teacher? They like you?
I think so. I hope so.
That's cool.
Try.
No, I like it, to be honest, because it's very rare. You know, most people just do their job for money, and then they come and moan about it and they hate it. So it's good to meet someone like you who actually enjoys what they do and is making a difference.
Thanks.
This is a nice thing that you can ask anyone, so well done for picking this. It's the right option, and it can always lead to an interesting conversation. Whether she's into her job, she can tell you why, or she's not, and she can tell you something else that she's passionate about.
And what's your subject? What do you teach?
American culture.
Huh, what does that entail?
So kind of quite a few different themes. For example, we kind of started with an overview of American values, which was really interesting.
Like freedom and stuff, yeah?
Things like that, and even more so, for example, an interesting one is how Americans relate to the future. Like it's something we feel like we can control in some sense. And
Like Back to the Future, the movie.
I don't know what you mean.
Okay, but Americans think that they control their own destiny,
Yeah.
kind of, yeah?
No, las otras.
And American culture, what's that? It's like George Steinbeck, Edgar Allan Poe, and all that stuff? Or?
Sure, that's part of it. Yeah, I think my focus is more on what we could call contemporary culture.
Britney Spears,
Sure,
Kanye.
sure, that is all
Yeah?
relevant. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So it must be really interesting for the students. They're not learning about things thousands of years ago.
Yeah, I think so. And just kind of seeing how the Kanyes and the Kardashians, how their influence reverberates through American society and how that affects how Americans think.
And why is it useful for the students?
Because a lot of these students aren't going to stay in their home country, and
Yeah.
at some point they'll either be in the United States or just interacting with Americans, and to have some perspective on their psychology or their ideology, whatever it is.
I guess
Is
it's
useful.
important, right? Because American culture is pervasive, you know, it's kind of
It could be
everywhere.
said, yes.
And seems to lead the world. I know that in England we're always like a few years behind America with all the trends and everything, and it all follows, and then Europe a little bit later. But no, it's pretty cool then. And more than that, it must be really interesting for the kids.
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
When someone has something that they actually care about in their life, you don't want to tease them about it or denigrate it. So it's good to give them some validation on something like this, you know, the job that she's obviously passionate about.
I really enjoy my job, but there is this one little thing that's very frustrating for me. I've got this problem where I can't print all the copies that I need, but I want my students to all have their own copy to take home, but then I have to go to the printer like every day, and it gets kind of expensive. So what do you think I should do?
Voy a ser honesto, me distraje con la chica.
Look, to be honest, did you see that girl that just walked by? Yeah, she's gone now, but she had like amazing long legs and just a perfect arse on there, and she looked back and winked at me or something, like smiled, and I was totally distracted. But anyway, give me a second to chill. Hang on. So, right, something about work. Yeah, problem at work?
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah,
It's not important.
she was unbelievable, to be
Okay.
honest. Anyway. Okay,
No
well,
le
that's
gusta que le diga la
So,
verdad.
problem at work, but otherwise all good in your life.
Yeah.
The lesson here is that there's one thing being honest, which is, saying actually that girl distracted me, and then there's another when you're going into all the detail and being kind of dirty. Girls just aren't ready for that.
Ok, bien. Entonces tengo que hacer que presto atención porque te das cuenta que si interpreto el personaje no está prestando atención en realidad. Pero yo sí estoy leyendo lo que dice, entonces sería la...
Ah, well, that's bad. So I guess you don't have enough like papers for the students and stuff, yeah?
Yeah, that's part of it.
I guess you can ask for more allowance or get them to share, but yeah, it's annoying.
Well done, you weren't distracted by the sexy chick that walked by, and that's something that, you can use out there. Well done for paying attention and getting the right response.
So you've got your teaching thing, and what else is important in your life? What else do you love to do?
I really love dogs, and I love to travel.
Travel?
Yeah.
That's cool. Do you travel a lot?
I've traveled quite a bit these last couple of years, especially.
Nice. And where's some places you've been?
In Europe, I've been in Prague, Russia, Ukraine, Poland, Lithuania, Latvia.
Nice. All of Eastern Europe and kind of
Yeah.
former USSR, yeah?
Yes.
Nice. And tell me, what's the absolute best place you've seen? Like, if people who have never travelled anywhere say, where's the best place that I should see, where is it?
I would actually say that you should go to the United States and go see the Grand Canyon. It's amazing. I can't do it justice with words, but it's wonderful.
Okay. Actually, I went there as well, and it was very beautiful. But tell me, what did you really like about it?
Well, I suppose the fact that it is beautiful, and I think I was there at a time in my life when it was really impactful. So I was the right age, and it was the right time, and so it was meaningful to me. But I'm excited to return. I think next summer I'll go back.
Oh yeah, very cool. I'd like to go back as well. So if I'm in America and I'm nearby the Grand Canyon, which I guess nothing's nearby, but if I also want to go,
You're in Phoenix.
yeah, Phoenix, Arizona, then yeah, we could go. It'd be
Okay.
nice.
Yeah.
Good one, that's exactly right. When someone can talk about something passionately, you want to give them a chance to do that, not cut them off, talk about yourself, ask boring questions. Just give them a chance to open up. This is the perfect subject to connect on. Oh, should I say that? No. Oh. I've run out of things to say.
Se quedó sin palabras. Mantener contacto visual y espera que ella hable. Dale que odia los silencios incómodos. Rompe con todo deseo y mira alrededor del lugar mientras piensas qué decir. No, voy a hacerla.
So are you not gonna get any coffee?
Ah, well, actually, I was over by the bar just before I saw you and had a coffee there. And I try not to drink too many. It actually has a strong effect on me, so I don't need that much energy. I've had enough, so I'm good.
Correct. Now, most guys can't do this, so it's very cool, makes you look very confident and strong when you can hold eye contact like this and get her to be the one that works to fill the silence and come up with something to say, because it shouldn't always be you, right?
And tell me some things you like to do for fun.
Well, as long as I can remember, I've always loved playing volleyball. So that's something
okay.
I try to do whenever I can.
Nice. I played it at school. They had it in my school, but since then I didn't. But I go to Barcelona a lot and they play on the beach. Do you play beach volleyball?
I will, yeah.
Oh, very
In a
nice.
pinch.
Are you very good?
Yeah.
You can do that where you jump and smash
sure.
it down. Cool.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It's harder on the beach because the nets are higher, but yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, it's a cool hobby. And anything else you do?
Yeah, probably the thing I do the most is study Russian for hobbies.
Russian?
Yeah.
Ah, you know, I meet loads of people that speak, French, English, obviously Spanish, German. But Russian, it's really rare to meet someone who speaks Russian. It's pretty cool. How come you chose that?
I don't really have a good reason. When I was in high school, I had the opportunity to do a study abroad, and my choices were France and Russia, and I didn't want to go to France. So I went to Russia, and then I just never quit.
I actually like that you chose something tough and that you stuck with it. And, you know, like I said, most people take the easy options all the time. So it's interesting and cool that you did that.
Thank you.
Nice one. You know, when a girl has something that is a real talent, something that she should be proud of, something she's worked hard on, that's the kind of thing you don't want to tease her too much on. So, you know, say well done, say you respect that, and say why, and then go deeper into it, because, you know, you need to find out why she would do that, why she was interested, what would make her spend the time on it. And it's going to lead to interesting conversation, make her feel good as well.
I noticed you have an accent. Do you mind if I ask where you're from?
England, actually.
Whereabouts?
Was born in London, but actually, you know what? When I was young, I lived in South London, and they have a strong accent there. It's like South London and things like this. But because I travelled a lot and I moved, I've lost most of my accent. But do I still sound British to you?
Yes, very much.
Oh, that's good.
Te gusta mi acento, ¿cierto? Podría ir un poco más cosas. Yo estoy seguro que la sé, pero me gustaría saber qué pasa con la...
And I guess you like my British accent.
Yeah, it's nice.
That's good. Yeah, most people like it, so it's good. I'm happy I was born in England and not like Germany or something. Or
Really?
yeah, what do you think? German accent is kind of.
I think it
rough
sounds
and-
fine.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
like Arnold Schwarzenegger?
He's Austrian, but yeah.
Oh yeah, but similar accent.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
A little bit too cocky, not the right time.
Ok. Pero funciona. Es de las respuestas tibias.
What do you like to do in, I don't know, for fun, like in the evening? Because you study Russian and whatever, but do you drink, dance, anything else?
All of the above, yeah.
Yeah? At the same time?
When the mood strikes, yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, I like going out sometimes, cocktail bars, different bars. Do you smoke shisha?
Hookah.
Yeah, hookah you call it in America, right?
Yeah, I have from time to time. I'm not a huge fan, but
I quite like it. They say it's
Yeah.
really unhealthy, but
it
I think
seems unhealthy.
once a month. But you don't cough after it, so therefore... I don't
It's
know.
healthy?
Yeah, so we need to do it sometime, like shisha, hookah, cocktails, and then dancing.
Oh, maybe.
When you want to transition to seeing someone again, it's very good to build up a picture of the kind of things that they do, the way they spend their time, because you might find a mutual connection. You find that you share some activities, or that you do some things that she wants to do, she does some things that you'd like to try, and then it makes it very easy to then go on and suggest the date from there and take the number.
And do you have any other outdoor, like, active stuff you like to do? You
Yeah.
said volleyball, but anything else?
Yeah, I grew up in the country, so I really enjoy a lot of nature activities. I like hiking and I love fishing.
Fishing?
Fishing, yeah.
A girl who likes fishing?
It happens. Yeah,
Wow.
we exist.
That's Interesting. I've never done fishing, but I love the outside as well. You know, walking in parks or hiking if you've got somewhere like that. How about bicycle?
I like that too.
Yeah. Well, that's something else we could do one day. Like take some bicycles, ride out somewhere.
Yeah. That would be nice.
Cool.
Tiene una personalidad muy extraña la chica, ahora me gusta. Pregunta cuáles son sus planes para la siguiente semana. Toca su cara. A ver el cubo.
Are you interested in psychology?
Yeah.
Have you ever done this psychology test called the cube? Alright, it's really interesting. Do you want to do it just right now? It takes like 1 minute and it will tell you all about your personality.
Sure.
Okay, so close your eyes and I want you to imagine that you're in some place, there's like a landscape, anything you like, and in that landscape there's a cube somewhere, and describe to me what the cube looks like.
Okay, it's silver.
Yeah.
It's floating.
Okay.
It's small, like the size of a die.
Okay, cool. And then somewhere in relation to the cube is the ladder. Can you describe the ladder?
Okay, it's green. It's one of these ladders, not one of these ladders.
How big is it?
Like 3 times the size of a person.
Okay, pretty big. And then somewhere in this scene there's a horse.
Okay.
And can you tell me like what it's doing and what it looks like and stuff?
It's grazing. It's a paint.
Okay.
And it looks very healthy.
Is it close to the cube or not?
It's probably 30 feet from the cube.
Okay. And somewhere there are some flowers. Tell me about the flowers.
The flowers are by the horse. The horse is eating the flowers.
Ah, that's interesting. And the final thing, somewhere there's a storm. Where is it?
In the distance, near the mountains.
Very good. All right, open your eyes. So this tells you, this tells me about your character. So the cube represents your view of yourself. And if it's very big, it means you've got a huge ego. But it's quite small, so it means you're quite humble. But then it's silver, so you think, you know, you have that self-confidence that you've got something, you know, special and a little bit shiny, and that's good. And then the ladder represents your ambitions. So the fact that it's quite big and bigger than the cube and not like under it or whatever else means that you have quite big ambitions. So the horse represents your man. So it was quite good that he's healthy and, you know, looks good, and that he's nearby, right? He's not far away, which would mean he's not on the horizon or anything. And then the flowers represent your children that you're going to have in the future. So it's good that the man is near them, that he's not like an absentee dad or something, right? But a bit strange that he's eating them. So I don't know what to think about that. Okay. The final point is positive as well. It means that you have a sunny disposition because your problems are represented by the storm, and it's in the distance. You know, some people have the storm overhead, and it just means that they've always got problems, or that at that moment they're in a dark period in their life. So does it sound pretty accurate?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's very cool.
This is quite interesting. It's a psychological game. There's a book on it, and a lot of pickup artists have used it. It's quite an interesting psychological test. Again, like, the reason it's not the best choice is it's better if you can do without it. But if you'd like some, you know, little tricks and tools that you can carry around with you and use when necessary, this is okay and you can use it. So it doesn't destroy anything, but I'd say it's not the best option.
Okay. Híjole.
So you like hiking and outdoor stuff, and the weather's pretty good at the moment. So one day we could take a little trip, or I don't know, meet in the evening. Anyway, lots of stuff. We've got lots of stuff we could do together. So why don't you give me your number and we'll arrange something. Thanks.
Exactly right. It flows very smoothly to find something that you both like and then suggest doing that as the reason to see each other again. It's way better than just saying, hey, give me your number, or hey, let's go for dinner tomorrow.
No, tampoco.
Well, look, I should be heading off, but it was great meeting you. Really cool. Really happy to meet you, and yeah, see you. Bye.
Bye.
Es que muy seco, ¿no?
Oops, you know, you got right to the end, but this is a little bit too much. Being warm at this point, totally unnecessary, and if anything, makes you look like a little bit of a wussy and might make her change her mind about seeing you again.
Ok. Pero funcionó, ¿no? Sí, muy bueno. Puede haber sido excelente.
This is not great, not so engaging, and
Bien, gente, vamos dejando el gameplay hasta aquí. Tomamos algunas opciones medias en esta ocasión, la verdad. Yo cuando leí las opciones ahora, yo hubiese elegido la de... vamos a ver, voy a bajar esto. Yo hubiese elegido la de saludarla con un beso, eso, pero yo no sé si se refería a beso como en la mejilla, una cosa así, o beso como tal. Por eso como que me confundí un poco ahí y dije... tomé la otra opción sencillamente, pero creo que se refería a saludarla con un abrazo, un beso, que sí es lo que yo hubiese hecho, pero como no comprendía a qué se refería con lo del beso, pues elegí ser agradable nomás a ella. Pero bueno, cumplimos el objetivo, aunque el loco dice que puede que la mina cambie de opinión o lo que sea. Bien, gente, vamos dejando el gameplay hasta aquí y nos estamos viendo en un próximo directo gameplay. Salute.